Hi students, this is how you get started in Aztec software. So you would type into the browser learn.aztecsoftware.com. Once you've done that, you'll get to this page and you would be clicking here as a student. And you would type in your assigned username and password. Once you have properly signed in, you will get to something that looks like this. Now I'm using a fake student, so you can see that I have two classes set up for me. You may only have one class. Let me start with the pre-HSE series, which is focusing on the skills to help build your scores for the TABE. So that you're in a good position to be ready for the GED prep. So there are some bonus materials, but we won't start there. We'll be looking at either reading, writing, or math. And you've been assigned by your teacher to do one or perhaps two of those courses. Generally, we do not have students in 3 courses at once because you lose focus. So we want you to stick with what your teacher has told you and made recommendation for. Let's just pick on reading here. So if I click on reading, I can see that I have 3 different areas: general, specific, and gathering information. Since I've already demoed this once, I already have general reading in progress, but you can see where I haven't actually gone into the other areas. So if I look at specific reading skills, you can see there's reading literature, nonfiction, reading historical documents. But before you actually get into the content, you need to take a pretest. When you take the pretest, which I'm not going to click into, but you'll want to do that, it is something that will provide us with a lot more information about where you stand in terms of your needs for these kinds of skills. Then you would go through the lessons, and anytime you click on it, you'll see that it will offer that lesson to you both in visual reading format, but also it will, once it comes up, it will also actually provide it in a listening form. It will read to you. If at any time you want to mute that, you can click here and you won't have to listen to it. So that can be helpful for some. Once you've done the first page, you go to next. It'll go through the objectives again.
By the end of this lesson, you will be able to think about why we study literature.
Okay, so you can see that you can hear this as well.
And interpret symbolic language.
I'm going to stop this piece of it and exit, but that's how the lessons work. You would go through each of the lessons, and then you would have a drill, which are actually practice questions that you would have available to you. And once you've clicked on the answer, it will give you some feedback as to how you were doing with that. Of course, you don't want to do it randomly like I just did. Instead, you would put some thought and energy into it. And once you have finished the drills, so you've done the lessons, you've done the drills, then there is a post-test. And that's pretty much how it is. The one thing I want to show you is up here, we call this the breadcrumbs. So if you're not sure where you are and you want to get back to another menu, you just follow the breadcrumbs backwards. So I'm in specific reading skills, but I can go to reading. It'll give me those 3 again. I can go to my series, which will take me, oh yeah, this is where I want to go. I want to go back to writing. Once you have done all of this, there's some little keys in here that you can kind of look at, and if you hover over them, it'll tell you a little bit about it as well. But you would log out. Now, I will tell you that they are changing the interface in another week or so. It will look similar, but it will look a little different too when you start at that front dashboard. So if you have any questions, let us know. The initial sign-in will definitely be different. It won't have a separate place that says students. It'll just ask for your username and password. Hopefully that helps, and definitely let your teacher know what you think of the program, but give it a chance. We're going through and trying to find some things that will be of additional help to students. Okay, thanks a bunch.